Since I've been so obsessed with Korean food lately, I decided to try making beef bulgogi. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to show you how I made it right now. Welcome back to my kitchen. Or if you're new here, my name is Stephanie and this is Ginger Snap Kitchen. To make the marinade, I started by grating a medium-sized pear. Ideally, it would have been an Asian pear, but I would have had to drive over an hour to get one, and I just didn't have that kind of time on my hands. So I added the pear to my mixing bowl along with some reduced sodium soy sauce, some brown sugar, a little bit of sesame oil, some finely grated ginger, a bit of minced garlic, and some Korean gochujang, which is a spicy red pepper paste. I stirred everything together, and once the ingredients were well combined, I added 1.5 pounds of thinly sliced beef. Then I tossed the beef with the marinade until everything was well coated. Once the beef was coated in the marinade, I covered it and placed it in the refrigerator for several hours. About 8 hours later, I added some neutral oil to my hot wok. A cast iron skillet would work very well also. Once the oil was hot, I began adding some of the marinated beef to the pan. I was careful to only add enough of the beef so it would cook in a single layer. This allowed the beef to have as much contact with the pan as possible and encouraged charring to occur. This charring is the signature flavor of bulgogi, and it's very desirable. Once the meat had browned on one side, I turned it over and continued cooking until it was cooked through. That took about 3 minutes per side. I repeated the process until all the beef was cooked. Here's what I listened to while I worked. I served it immediately with steamed rice and garnished it very generously with green onions and sesame seeds. Let me say, this recipe will now be in heavy rotation at my house. I absolutely love this recipe. I was a little worried about making it from scratch since I have no experience cooking it before, but I'm so glad I tried it. It was fantastic. I give it 5 Tom Bosley heads, and that's as good as it gets. I mean, look how happy he is. You'll be happy too if you try this recipe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment, and please consider subscribing. It really helps small channels like mine get noticed by more people. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe.